Hi, everyone. I am Jessica Cole. I'm the Director for Work Life. I oversee your work life programming, including childcare, our employee assistance program, some of our pet benefits, and today we're talking about the housing benefits that I oversee. And so we brought together our three wonderful vendors. One of them are new in partnering with the UW, so we'll welcome them today. But we'll start off with our partners at Bridges at 11th. They're our UW partner who's offering affordable rental housing near campus. Ashley Johnson is here today. She is the Residence Experience Manager at Bridges at 11th, and we'll talk about that benefit. After that, we will talk with HomeStreet's Affinity program. That's UW's home buying benefit. Kelly Hollinger is here today. She's the Affinity Program Manager for HomeStreet Bank. Welcome, Kelly. And then our brand new partners through SabbaticalHomes.com. I want to give a warm welcome to Nadej Concher, who is the founder of SabbaticalHomes.com, Becky McCullough, who's the marketing director, and Jennifer Tucker, who's the customer service director for the group. They're our new temporary housing solution that we are excited to introduce you to. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it off to Ashley. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for having me. Awesome. So I'm Ashley Johnson. I'm the Resident Experience Manager here at Bridges at 11. We are open Monday through Saturday. You can see our hours listed there. We are closed on Sunday. Go to the next slide. Our common area amenities, we have some amazing ones. We have a 24-hour fitness center. We have a bike storage area. We have 2 indoor kitchens that are Wi-Fi cafe that also has Starbucks coffee. And then we have our Outlook Lounge that has barbecue grilling stations and has gardens as well that are more than welcome for you to use it and build your own garden. And then our next unit highlights, we have amazing city views here at Bridges at 11. I live here myself, and that is what sold me on it. We have great flooring. We have our appliances are brand new. And we also offer balconies, private balconies as well, and walk-in closets, and washer and dryer inside. And we'll go to the next slide. We have 24-hour maintenance on call. We do have on-site parking as well. We have courtesy patrol who comes at night. We're here, I live on site, and we're here 6 days a week, and we're very close to the freeway, very close to public transportation, and very close to UW. Currently, right now, for UW employees, these are the floor plans we have. We'd love for you to check them out on our website. These are ready for move-in. So with our UW employees is our program. It's called the MFTE program. And what happens is it gives you a set rate. So whichever floor plan you chose, whether that be the studio, 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom, these are the rates. In that you will apply online, and then I will reach out to you, and then we do have to income qualify you. And I will send you all of that information. But you can see here on the chart above, our studios cap at 65. So depending on the size, family size, you can't go over that income. If you choose a 1 or 2 or 3, you can't go over the 75. And you'll be working with me directly, and I will send you all the information needed for the program. So if you want to join our MFTE contact list, you would just use this QR code. And like I said, then I will reach out to you and walk you through all of the steps. If you guys have any questions, please let me know.
So Ashley, through this program, folks at the UW get priority access, right, on the wait list?
Yes.
Mhm.
Currently, I do not have anyone on the wait list. We just got a ton of units available, so I have quite a few availability for
Wow,
me.
so now's the time. Because,
Yes,
in the time that I've been here, I haven't seen this many availabilities before. And I have to say to everyone who's here, we haven't marketed the program as much because there hasn't been openings. And right now is a great opportunity to get in and get a great place to live that has a beautiful view off the rooftop right near campus. So what a great commute that would be.
exactly. And it's been a long time since we've even had a 3-bedroom available. So a lot of our tenants have lived here a very long time, but a lot of them have bought houses and moved on. But we're sad to see them go, but we're very excited to have new people come in. And again, if you guys have any questions, you can email bridges@americancampus.com or apply or use that QR code and then we'll reach out.
So actually, if someone makes more than the qualifying limits for MFTE, are there units open available for that right now?
No, unfortunately, they have to qualify through that program.
Because this really is our affordable rental housing
Correct.
connection for UW. Okay,
Right.
that's great to know. All right, well then do you have anything else you'd like to share with us, Ashley, before we turn it over to the audience for questions?
No.
All right. And I don't see any questions in the chat, so I would encourage anybody who feels comfortable to come off mute and share their questions with Ashley. I don't know if we shared where this is located, but it really is just, if you're familiar with the tower, it's a couple blocks from the UW Tower, so very, very close to campus. All right, in the absence of questions, I guess we will move forward. Thank you very much, Ashley.
Thank you, guys.
And Kelly, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
I'm excited to hear about the Affinity program today because I know that we added a couple of new pieces to it recently with the personal loan and the banking benefit. So,
Right.
but the most popular part of this is the mortgage benefit, correct?
Correct. And the financial wellness and classes that we teach, I think that's such a huge benefit that we offer. So I will go ahead and get started. Sound good?
Great.
Okay. We're good. Everybody see me? Okay, so welcome. It's nice to, I can't see all of you, but you can see me, so welcome. Today we're going to talk a little bit about HomeStreet Bank, just a little history about us, the mortgage benefits, the banking benefits, the financial fitness workshops that I just mentioned that we offer, and then we're going to talk about the home improvement fair at UW. We haven't been able to work with UW on that since, gosh, I think it was 2019 was the last UW home fair. So we'll go over that and the dates, and then lastly we'll talk about all the Affinity program benefits. So a little bit about us. So we celebrated our 100th year in 2021. So we've been around quite a while, based in Seattle. We are a regional bank with branches and lending offices in Oregon, California, and Hawaii, and of course, Washington. We're committed to being active members in the communities that we serve, and we're very grateful to have the partnership with the University of Washington. And we really look at doing this with intentional relationships, consistent integrity, and financial expertise in all the areas that we serve. So the Affinity program, it's again very exciting because back in 1997, we joined forces with the city of Seattle and the University of Washington to launch this program. And we started with first responders in the city of Seattle to help them get into homes, make it a little more affordable. What type of benefits that could we offer? And the University of Washington was right there with us if they were employees. We could just help everybody achieve their goal of home ownership. So we do provide banking and mortgage benefits along with financial education, as I mentioned, and down payment assistance programs for qualified home buyers. So to date, we have served over 5,000 UW employees. They've utilized our program benefits on a home purchase or a refinance. We've saved them over $10 million in Affinity program savings, which I'll get into in a minute on how that works, and over $8 million in down payment assistance programs. So we're really grateful that we can help everyone and help save money along the way. It's a little mid-slide. So here's how the Affinity program benefits work. So we offer a savings on closing cost discounts and discounted services from participating real estate agents. These agents contribute up to 1% of the purchase price of a new home. Okay. So this is how it looks. So for example, this is on a 5% down conventional fixed rate loan. So say the purchase price, $750,000, which depending on where you are, that's kind of a bargain nowadays. The Affinity credit, which is a 0.5%, will provide $3,750. If a realtor partner decides to join this, up to 1% of the loan, that's $7,500. So you're saving over $11,000 on a $750,000 loan. So it's a nice savings. It's a really nice savings. The benefits are exclusive to Affinity loan officers at HomeStreet Bank. And if you have any questions on that, please reach out to me. We do have a few disclaimers down here. The city of Oregon does not allow realtors to participate in that. So there are a few little ins and outs of the program, but generally speaking, this is what you're getting. And it's just been a great success. And again, we're really grateful that we can help so many first-time home buyers and buyers. So here's what the banking benefits look like. There's no monthly service charge. There's over 37,000 fee-free ATMs throughout the MoneyPass network, which means, sometimes say you have a HomeStreet Bank debit card and you see an ATM. It's not a HomeStreet Bank ATM. It's another vendor. You can use it there. So that's what the MoneyPass network is all about. Most banks have this availability so you can, interchange and go to an ATM and get your funds. We do have 24/7 online banking, bill pay, basically what everybody else has. We have the mobile banking app. We have mobile check deposit and funds transfer. We have Zelle. We have free e-statements and no month service charge or fees. But here's another really good discount. So you can receive up to 0.5% discount on any new personal and vehicle loan. So how this works is because the University of Washington is part of the Affinity program, if you did a personal loan or a vehicle loan, you automatically get 0.25% off your APR. If you decide to take advantage of our automatic payment feature, you get another 0.25%, bringing it up to 0.5%. So that's another good savings, something to think about. So here's all of the Affinity Financial Fitness workshops that we offer. We offer buying a home with down payment assistance, which is really a great one nowadays. Of course, you have to be eligible and qualify, but you can talk to your loan officer about that because there's so many programs out there. And University of Washington has one as well. Buying a condominium, a lot of people prefer that. Understanding your credit, how it works, how to prepare your credit for buying a home. If you already own a home, we can talk about refinancing and using your home equity. If you're looking to buy a remodel or a fixer-upper, we have some tips on that. If you're looking to upsize or downsize. And then seasonal home maintenance, just things to do around the home, whether you're selling it or not, or just little tips, like it's cold, what to do with your, the outside of your home and how to protect it. And then we just added 2 new ones on identity theft and money management. So we have quite a lot to choose from. And University of Washington does host virtual webinars with us monthly, and you can find the calendar. I believe it's located in the Whole U newsletter. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? So we set those up quarterly. I think we have them now set for the whole year. So you can find the times and the dates and the topics in the Whole U.
Yep, on the Whole U website. And then we, of course, put them out in the UW Insiders. That's another reason to read through that UW Insider all the way to the bottom, is that you'll see those great events that we put on a regular basis.
Great. Thank you, Jessica. So I almost want to say drum roll. We are thrilled that we are going to be sponsoring the University of Washington Home Fair this year. We haven't, or you have not done this, we haven't done this together, I should say, since 2019, but it will be the 19th year of the UW Home Improvement Fair. So very excited about this. It's going to be held on Thursday, March 29th, or excuse me, May 29th from 10 to 3. Location, free admission. So we're very, very excited to do this. It'll be fun. And last but not least, here's an overview of what the Affinity program benefits look like. So in cost savings, administrative fee discount, that is the cost savings, the closing cost savings on a mortgage, which is 0.5% on closing costs. We covered that. We talked about the participating realtor rebate, which is up to 1% of the purchase price. We talked about the workplace checking that we offer and the discounts on the new vehicle and personal loans. The down payment assistance, there's so many programs out there, especially in the Pacific Northwest area. So it's best to talk to a loan officer about this and see, where you fit, if you qualify, and the best program for your personal, needs. We did discuss the financial fitness tools and resources. We also send out monthly newsletters. We have toolkits. We have podcasts. We're continuously building on these just to keep everybody informed on what's going on in the market. And because it's a little crazy right now, I might get some answers or some questions on that. And we also have a dedicated website with exclusive benefits and vital resources. So homestreet.com/UW takes you to the benefit page, which shows all the benefits that I just went through in these slides. And there's also an educational center on there, which has a library of past and present newsletters that we send out. And it talks anything from, how to save money over the holidays, how to save money on your home, what to do about credit, different resources. So there's a huge library of resources of financial fitness on there as well. Also, another little perk, the benefits are also available to immediate family members. So they can take advantage of the mortgage benefits when they finance a home, and they may also use the banking benefits. This also applies to retirees. Okay. And then again, the Affinity program benefits are only available through a HomeStreet Bank Affinity program. So UW is a part of course, we've been partnered with you, as you said, since 1997 of the program. So all are eligible, also with immediate family members, for all the discounts and benefits that we discussed. And that's really it in a nutshell. I know there's a lot in there, and I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone have.
It looks like we have a question about other Affinity participants, specifically about Seattle community colleges. Are they participating in this as well?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody asked if the slides will be available. Of course, we will send those out after the event today. And then
Jessica, real quick, going back to that first question. So if you go to our you can even go to our main website, homestreet.com, look under Affinity, and then you click on Affinity, and then there's, find your organization. And if you click on that, there's a drop down of every partner that we have for the Affinity program. So if anybody's interested to know, hey, is my spouse's company a part of this and they're not aware of it, you can find all of the companies listed in that dropdown.
Great. The next question, who is included in immediate family members? Do parents qualify, like the parent of the employee?
Yes, they qualify. So parents, children, parents, children, pretty much. Yeah. Parents
Okay.
and children. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. We have UW employees who live out of state. Which states is this benefit allowed in, or can we use it for purchasing home in?
It's available in all the states we lend in. So our footprint is California, Oregon, Washington, and Hawaii, but we do lend in most states west of Colorado.
Okay, and I'm assuming those are listed on your website as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And there are down payment assistance programs available in other states as well. So, like California has CalHAFA. So yeah, it spreads throughout all the states.
Great. I love how you're a great resource for people who are trying to figure out how to utilize those down payment assistance programs or different housing, subsidized housing programs. It's kind of a great single place that you can go to get information about a web of different resources that are out there and available, but you may not know about them.
Right. Yeah, because there's a lot out there. It can get confusing.
Let's see. Brianna has a question if these resources are available for purchasing homes in other states. I think we just answered that question, but Brianna, if you have more nuance to that question, I hope you'll take yourself off mute and ask. And then I have a question for you, Kelly. So
Sure.
If I am someone who is not sure if I'm financially prepared to purchase a home, but would like to investigate it and learn about it, what's the best way for me to use this program, engage with this program, and learn if I am ready or how I can get ready to purchase a home?
Good question. I think our workshops are a great start because it gives you an overview of what to expect, especially buying a home, down payment assistance, and credit are three really key workshops that you should attend. And then after that, I would sit down with a loan officer and have a consultation. This is what I'm looking at. This is my goal. And they might say, wow, you're ready now. Or this is what you have to do to prepare. This is what you do to have to get your ducks in a row, so to speak. So go to the workshops and then have a one-on-one consultation with a loan officer, and they can guide you through all the steps.
And those consultations with the loan officer, are they free?
Of course.
Fantastic. So really, you can get all the information you need without charge. And learn about how you can get into a home. And with all these connections to different subsidies and down payment assistance programs, it's worth investigating it just to see what's possible, because you don't know, maybe you can right now.
Exactly.
My other question is around if there are any like income restrictions on this program, or if people who are high income earners are able to participate fully in the program as well.
There are no incomes. No, not with the Affinity program. The down payment assistance there is, but with the Affinity program, no, it is open to all.
Great. I think that's, we have another question that came across the chat. Do you need to have an account with HomeStreet Bank to participate in the Affinity Home Loan Program or the Affinity program?
You do not. Where we would love to have you bank with us, that is not, you do not need that to qualify, no.
Great.
Or participate, yeah.
These are great questions. Does anybody else have any questions for Kelly?
One thing I'm surprised I was waiting for was interest rates and what's going on.
Yeah.
If you want me to just touch on that, I can. Looking at the forecast, Fannie Mae is our go-to for forecasting. And what Fannie Mae has forecasted for 25 and 26 is low to mid sixes. So 6.2, 6.5%. Now, with a new administration here, that is all subject to change. We're hoping that it might get a little lower, but we don't know. But that's a forecast for Fannie Mae. The housing market, it's going to be up about 4.85%. So it's starting to open up a little bit more. And more people get accustomed to the interest rates, which aren't really high right now. We had a crazy go a few years ago where we had 2 and 3%. I don't think we're going to see that for a long time. So I think 6% is where we're going to stay. And I think people are starting to adapt to that. And once we do, the housing market starts to open, because those have been waiting to sell their homes. Now they'll sell their homes because the interest rates have kind of flattened, because they're not going to go from, well, gosh, I have a 5% interest rate, I don't want to sell because I'm going to go up, right? So once we start to equalize on all that and get on an even playing field, you're going to see the housing market open up a little bit more too.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Angela from the chat has asked about requirements for the down payment assistance program. This benefit has a couple of different discounts, and then has expertise in down payment assistance programs. And I know that there's a whole swath of down payment assistance programs in
Right.
different states that have different income requirements. But Kelly, could you speak to kind of like the maybe the highlights or themes that you see in down payment assistance programs?
I can't quote any numbers, but obviously a lot of it is based on income. It's based on income, and we're looking to buy, but those numbers change just like interest rates do every day. So if you want further information on that, I would talk to a loan officer about that,
That's great.
because they fluctuate a lot.
Mm-hmm. And it varies by region. Like Seattle has their own for the city limits, and they have some for county, and then there's just a lot of different. And I think that really does speak to the opportunity to speak with a loan officer and learn about all the different down payment assistance programs that are out there that would fit your particular situation.
The other good thing is Washington State, they also have a 5-hour class that we teach also. It's a 5-hour class, and it really gives you all the ins and outs of down payment assistance in Washington. And if you're eligible, you do get a certificate of completion upon completing that 5-hour course. And if you are eligible, it really helps push you along the way there too. So again, I would sit down and talk to a loan officer. I mean, to get into all the details today, it's quite lengthy, but there's a lot out there.
Kelly, do you have a branch near the UW campus?
The closest branch to the UW campus, okay, remember you're talking Miss California here. Valerie would be the closest to the UW campus.
Hello. I think the closest would be Capitol Hill downtown.
Yeah.
Our main flagship is 2 Union. We're at 2 Union downtown Seattle. Those would be the closest, but we have lots of locations in Fremont and Ballard and surrounding areas, Queen Anne, right there in Seattle proper. And as you know, if you branch out to suburbs, we're in Bellevue and Redmond and that type of thing. So that's an easy thing to look up on our website as well, HomeStreet.com.
Yeah. And also just reaching out directly to an Affinity loan officer, they'll come to you because they're not always in the branches. So I think that's a good way to go about it too. They can come meet with you, on campus or best place of your choice.
Oh, yes. Right. That is a good thing to speak to, Kelly. And something I often forget is that for folks to participate in this program, they need to speak with a loan officer who is in the Affinity program, right?
Right.
Okay. And so the best place to get information about the Affinity program is going to the UW Work Life webpage that has all the details about the Affinity program. I'll happily share the link here in a bit. And then it'll get you to the right site that will refer you. Thank you very much, Anna. I see that's in the chat.
And here it is.
Perfect. And here it is. That's great. Thank you, Kelly.
Yep. And you can scan the QR code that goes straight to it as well.
Perfect. Any other questions before we introduce our next speakers? Okay, well, if you do, please do put them in the chat and we will loop around to them at the end if possible. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and pass the mic, so to say, over to Becky and Nadej. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I'll put myself on mute and you can take it away.
Thank you, Jessica. It's an honor for us to be here. We're really happy to be partnering up with UW. And thank you everyone for coming to the seminar. Hopefully you'll find some value in what we present today and share with all your friends, because that's how we've been growing for a while.
All right, I'll share now. You get, oops,
There we go.
there we go. All right.
So I'm the founder of Sabbatical Homes, and we're just going to give you a little bit of background. We've been around for a very long time. I started this in 2000, and the goal is still the same goal, mission still the same mission, and it's lovely to be finally invited by a university to present to a large group of people. As you can see, we've been around for 25 years and we've grown every year. We've gone through all sorts of crises, but we're still around because we really fulfill an important need. And that need is to make sure that everybody gets the housing that they need when they're kind of traveling or relocating or going on fellowships, etc. You can go to the next. So the mission, which I was saying is the same as it's always been, is to help our communities of higher ed people to find a tenant, find a home, do a home exchange that that is suited for each and every one, and also to kind of operate within a community of like-minded people who really value the win-win type of approach to housing and everything else. The value, I said community a lot because it's very important. Even though we're a completely global community, we still have this sense that we're in this together. As a website, we value the privacy of each and every one. And it's only when you get to know the other person that you can release some of the personal information. Also, respect is a huge value. This is a very diplomatic society. Diversity is, even though it's diversity in every single type of diversity, is also a strong fundamental value that we have, and the trust between people, the trust between the users and us, etc. The vision, well, by now we kind of get that, what I'm saying, to help making the housing piece of the life much easier, make sure we have 0 homes left empty, and allow our community to really work on what they're passionate about, what all of society needs, and that we make the housing thing kind of easy to deal with.
And my name is Becky, and I work with Nadej. So if you're not familiar with Sabbatical Homes, we wanted to just share kind of a highlight, little highlight reel here. We have, after 25 years, we've grown to have members and listings in over 65 countries. We have over 10,000 listings currently visible, although several 100,000 since we started. The average stay is about 3 months. And about 83% of our members are academically affiliated. So they may work in higher ed, or they may be a K through 12 teacher or researcher, medical doctor. There's a variety of ways that we consider people to be academically affiliated. Kind of some basics about our listings. We have 3 different types of listings: home rentals, home exchanges, and tenant listings. All three of those listing types have options for home sharing and house sitting. And a hallmark of our company is flexibility. I hope you can't hear that loud noise right outside my office. Okay. The way that we have built the website, it's designed for flexibility. When people are creating their listings, they communicate on our website and then they make arrangements with each other outside of the site, although we provide a lot of guidelines. Something that, people are always interested to know is, what is the pricing structure? This pricing does not include the actual money that is paid for a security deposit and or rent. These are the prices that members would pay to Sabbatical Homes. So we have a listing fee plus match fee, two-part pricing structure. And as you might know, UW faculty and staff are eligible for 20% off of annual listing fees. This shows our very reasonable academic pricing for annual listing fees, starting at $65 a year for home listings and $25 a year for tenant listings. There are some non-academically affiliated people who are part of our community, but they generally self-select and often they will have someone in their family in higher ed or in education, and they want to be part of a community that's a little bit more personal. It's not an instant transaction. And now Nadej will take us through a couple key
Sure.
pictures of the site.
Yes, so I'm excited to show you the site. This is where you come when you arrive. You're in Venice. And you can, log in there. You can sign up to create your account. You can post a home or post your tenant listing and do a specific search. So you don't stay on this page very much because then you can either go to the next slide, for example, where you're going to see a page that's dedicated to UW. And here what we've done is we've grouped all the inventory that we have right now, which changes all the time, by the way. And you'll see all the homes that are kind of set up for families, all the homes that have an office, the homes that need to be shared because there's only say one bedroom available, or homes where there's house sitting needed. So, because we're talking about non-business homes, but people's homes, you'll find some plants here that need a little love here and there. And see, that's part of the conversation between the users. So you'll be able to kind of, in this page, find all the types of categories of homes we have. But when you're ready to either find a home or post your own home, you may want to come to this search page where you can use a filter and really dig in, the type of home that you're looking for how many people, whether you need a yard, whether you need access, mobile access specific homes. And from this search page, obviously you see you're familiar with this type of thing. Then you go into a listing itself, and then you're going to find a little bit more about the home, and also a little bit more about who is kind of offering this place. So in this one, you see that's an academic person. We in the background have vetted that situation. You see that this person already has had a match. So you need to be actually have your own account with us in order to contact this person. And then you'll see a bit more about their profile as well. But then at this point is a conversation between you and between them. And as Becky was saying, you start off on our platform, and then we're not there watching you. You do your own thing. You make it work for both parties. And hopefully you tell us a few weeks later that you found a match, and that makes us really happy.
And just to kind of close it out, what is in our DNA? This is kind of what we are all about. And Nadej started this company based on her own family's experience. It's international, but we are a community, even though we are global. She emphasized how much we respect our members and how we expect that as well. It's innately practical. It's homes that, say somebody is going away for 3 months, that home is going to be empty anyway. Why not use it? We have a housing shortage in most major markets. And why not find somebody that you trust who can stay there? In general, a lot of home listings are listed a little bit below market value because it's worth it to people to have someone in there and to be able to help kind of give back to the academic community as well. We kind of already talked about the flexibility, which we interestingly at one point thought, oh, do we need to be more of this instant book model? And we generally do user surveys, and it was emphatically no. People do not want that. People appreciate having the independence and the flexibility to make their own arrangements. This one, the generosity of spirit, we just love that there are people who are further along in their career who want to help out the younger generation or someone else. There's the lawnmower. And lastly, our resources for our team. We provide a very personal experience, and we are dedicated to the work we do. Nadej, myself, along with Jenny, who heads up our customer service group, and we have a long-standing relationship with a software design firm who is very responsive as well. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. I'm going to mute myself for just a minute.
Incredibly, Becky, we cannot hear said lawnmower in the background. So way to go, technology, I suppose. So there's a great question in the chat. Is SabbaticalHomes.com available to retirees? This is something that we would excitedly say yes to. I think my concern is that retirees might have a hard time getting a hold of the discount code at this point, but we are trying to partner with the UW Retirement Association to make sure that everybody has access to that discount code. If you are a retiree and have a hard time getting that discount code through the UW discount network, please reach out to the Work Life office. We are happy to help get you that discount code. I have run into so many scenarios, Nadej and Becky, where I have referred folks to Sabbatical.
Yeah, homes.
SabbaticalHomes.com. No, I have to be very careful. We love at UW using acronyms and shortened terms. But there's, I thought of it initially as really that traditional sabbatical use of maybe you're going out to a different university for a year because you're on a sabbatical and you're wanting to stay at a home that feels homey. Maybe you're bringing your kids and your spouse with you and you need a bigger accommodation and you want it to feel like it's in that academic community. But I've also heard from folks who are they're moving out from out of state to start a job here at UW, and they need a furnished housing solution while they get used to the area before they rent or sign a lease for a longer term agreement. And they want to rent from somebody who's within the UW community or adjacent to the UW community. And people have really enjoyed having that opportunity to find that 1 month, 3 month, 6 month solution that can help bridge that moment where they're moving from out of town. Also, folks who are experiencing life changes, we all go through life changes, maybe, and we need some like in-between housing solutions that can help us figure things out for a little bit. And I do like that there's different levels of housing solutions, so a full home, a condo, a room for rent, and those sorts of things to help people find the good financial fit for them too.
Yeah, you were talking about life changes. We've had quite a few people saying, oh, my in-laws are coming in or my parents are coming in to help, or we're having a baby and we're looking for temporary home. So we have a lot of happy scenarios like this where, where we help in the family in the life stages, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really
and
cool.
then the question about the retiree, I mean, the retirees are like have so much energy and they're so freed by finally not having to be in the same place. They're wonderful because they just want to take off and they want to kind of, you know, give back to the community, and they're more than happy to leave their home to younger generations. Well, they finally get to play, and they often find a place on sabbatical homes in another country too at the same time. So
I can't say I haven't dreamt of that, using your website and looking at places in Italy and
it's coming.
abroad.
Well, remote work also, you know, say you take a semester off or whatever, and you can do some remote work, you can exchange your home.
Yeah, I think the exchange program is a really interesting one.
Yeah.
We do have a question in the chat that I would want to address first, but maybe you can talk to us a little bit about what the exchange program looks like, and then maybe some best practice tips, because I did notice on the website that if you look for maybe 3-day accommodations, you're less likely to find a solution. So this really is not your VRBO Airbnb replacement. It's a different product altogether. So the question in the chat is there a minimum stay requirement at Sabbatical Homes? One of the slides mentioned 3 months. Is that the minimum stay or time commitment?
So back to the flexibility, you know, some people have a minimum stay that they put directly on their listing. So say some people are comfortable with 1 week, so they put 1 week. Some people, they really want to go away and find someone for a block of 6 months, they'll put 6 months. You know, and then you kind of talk to the person, and but it's everybody's, it's their own decision, whatever works for them, you know.
The 3-month figure is an average average stay. We do also, people need to, if a person is planning to post their home, you know, certain areas have regulations that
Right.
it's 30-day minimum stay. So that's kind of up to the individual member to do their homework and to know what their area requirements are.
Great. So could you speak to some of the tips and tricks around what to expect and how you can make sure that you get the most options in your search through
Definitely.
SabbaticalHomes.com?
Yeah. I think, you know what, I'm going to share again because we have a few more slides that we had set up in an appendix, and you go here, you can see the dirty underbelly. Let's see. So some of our tips are, give yourself plenty of time. It's definitely, it's not a process that happens right away. So you want to give yourself, you know, a couple months, 2-3 months. If you know, like a lot of people say, you know, you're relocating, sometimes you find out about a job a little bit at the last minute, but often you'll find out a little bit beforehand. Or if you find out you did get that fellowship or you got the grant, we really recommend giving yourself time, because you might go back and forth with 2 or 3 listings before you find something that's the right fit for both of you. This is kind of just a quick at a glance, and this will be in the slides that'll be sent out afterwards, but just kind of the process of how it's going to work for an individual when they're looking for something. It's pretty straightforward. We do provide a lot of links and guidelines in our FAQ and blog. So it's just kind of a visual of how that process works. And then this page has a lot of those tips and resources about, you know, from checking your local regulations to the best way to create a home listing, you know, things to include, things other people are interested in. If you are a tenant, you can decide to create a tenant listing, which is kind of like a wish list. I know I need to be in Chicago for fall of 2025 and I need a studio that's close to public transportation. You know, you put your details out there, and then as that tenant, you can contact home listings. Nadej and Jenny, if you think of any other things.
Yeah. One other tip is, like, if you do have a home and you're looking for a tenant, you can only contact a tenant if your home is posted at SabbaticalHomes.com. So So you can have a home that is visible to only that tenant if you really particular and you love this idea of helping one person in particular. Or you once your listing is posted, you pay the fee for 1 year and then you are in charge of it. So you can have it available for a month or two at a time. You can hide your listing when you want to. You can make your listing private and only send the link to specific people that you feel comfortable with. Back to the flexibility. And, as Becky said, start the process as early as possible, communicate as much as possible, be transparent, don't make your home sound like it's Versailles if it's not, just be very direct. And, the more direct and the more communicative you are, the more you're going to get out of the whole process.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Becky and Nadej.
And someone said, you know what? There was like a small comment. The house that we presented in the slide deck, someone owned that house. I mean, what
From
a
the
small
community.
word is that? Yes.
Isn't that cool? It really does speak to the small community nature.
Oh yeah.
This program is worldwide, but really it's
Right.
connecting us to our community. And
Yeah. There are 2 degrees of separation between all the people that use sabbatical homes.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to take a few minutes to loop back to Ashley, because Ashley is going to help us understand qualification or eligibility requirements for the MFTE program. And so I know we only have a few minutes left, but keep putting those questions in the chat if you have them. And hi again, Ashley.
Hi. So as far as the qualifications, I mean, the main one is just you have to stay under that income, that chart that I listed. You have to stay under it. All as a whole, the household has to stay under, depending on how many family members are in there. What then happens is that I send you a form that you complete of what income you have coming in. Savings, checkings, any Venmo, anything like that, you just have, it's like a declaration page of you declaring what you all have. And then from there, I'll reach back out and tell you all of the items that you need to have. So it is very abrasive. I will be looking at your bank statements and checking and savings as well. This program is just confirming that you're not making more more than what it has been stated, and you're not abusing the program. That's like the biggest thing, just making sure everything is an account, even if it's international accounts that you have, we have to keep that. We also need to have that as well. And then from there, once I get all of that back, it can be anywhere from like a 2 to 3 week process. So I always say, if you're wanting to move in a month, reach out to me a month before, because it can take a while. Because sometimes they'll provide something and then I'll need something further. So yeah.
Okay, so it really is just about income requirements.
Absolutely.
And
that
then
is the biggest.
Those income requirements are based upon the number of people in your household. So there might be some confirming how many people are in your household documentation, or okay.
Yeah, and it's just, yeah, that form, you fill it all out of who's in your household.
Great.
And then I come back. That's why I said, you're really in major communication with me, because it's a lot of back and forth.
And we have a great question in the chat, which is, does the rate change depending where you fall in the income range?
No, the rate is set for whatever unit you choose. But as far as the income range, it just depends on how many you have in your household. And we are at max at 75 with the program for 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. For the studio, you can't go over 65% in that chart I provided.
Do you have that chart easily accessible that we could look at again? Because I think, in our work, we probably talk about AMI all the time, but I know that's not something that everybody talks about in their regular conversations. So, average median income is set, I think, yearly by the region, and it's based off of our region, not the federal income levels. And so you can see that there's these different percentiles, and when we're looking at the MFTE program, there are units that are selected on like the bill when you're building the building, and we set those according to what the grant that helped us build the building said they have to be. And so they'll say like a certain percentage of this building has to be units that are in the 70 or 65% average median income. And then a certain number of units have to be in 75 and 85. And so we can't change those. It's based off of what those units are assigned to. Right now, there's a lot open. And so you can go in and see, thank you for going to that one. That will be a helpful slide. So these units are attached to a certain AMI. And so Ashley, do you have a way, like a crosswalk to see an example? So all the 1-bedrooms are at 75% AMI. And so if you say have 4 people in your household, you can have a max income of 113,000 per year-ish. And then for a 3-bedroom, same thing. But if you're in a studio, it's set at the 65% AMI. And so if you have 1 person living in a studio, to be at 65% AMI, that's $68,510 is the cap income. It is a little complicated. However, I think I can speak for Ashley's group that they're happy to consult and help you understand what you qualify for broadly, so that if you're looking for an MFTE program unit, just know they're all over the area. Every single housing project has to have a certain number of MFT units available. So it's not just at Bridges, but Bridges is a great resource to help understand how that works for the MFTE program. And then I did post in the chat an article that we put out about the MFTE program that can show you a little bit more details and link you to the resources that you can read through and learn more about it. Thank you, Ashley, for popping back on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much.
Any other questions, folks? And we're at time. Nora, basically, if you're a 1% income, that's correct. That's correct. And those are kind of out of our control, right? They're set by I think it's the housing authority that sets those. I don't know if you know that specific detail, Ashley, but we're happy to have them near campus. What happens when one earns over the 75% income in the middle of one's lease? Oh, Ashley, that's a great question. Is it just upon qualification, or do you periodically check?
Right. Just upon, they just have to qualify the one time. So
Okay.
if you get like an increase or anything like that, or promotion, and your income changes, we're not going to come back mid-lease term and re-qualify you, nor do we do it at renewal unless you're changing anyone in the household, adding or removing anyone.
Great. That's really helpful. Great questions, everyone. I know we're at time. If you have any other questions that come up, please do email worklife@uw.edu or the whole U. Either way, our teams will be happy to help you. Thank you so much, panelists. This was an amazingly informative talk. Like we said to everyone, this is going to be recorded and posted on the YouTube page for the whole U. So I hope that you'll share it with your coworkers or family that could utilize these benefits. Thanks so much, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.